Hello, quilters. I am back. How are you? It is Tuesday in New York, and I think they're calling this a heat dome. We're gearing up for some really warm weather, but right now it looks like we're gearing up for a little bit of rain, something coming through. So I'm just going to say hi for a bit, turn on the chat to see who's here. Leave me a comment when you're here so I know if the chat's working, or else I'm just going to talk to myself. Oh, I was away and I had the most amazing time away. It was fabulous. Let's see, Dina. Hot 108. Oh my word. That's horrible. It's only 85 here, going up to 90. We're gonna hit 100 tomorrow. I'm so sorry. I've actually experienced 108 here twice. Twice. Didn't like it either time. It was horrible. I'm so sorry. Stay indoors, stay in the air conditioning, stay hydrated. Um, I have my air conditioning on, but we're right on the cusp of not needing it. So it's just sucking the humidity out, which is nice. Um, Whenever I taught at the International Quilt Festival in Dubai, people, other quilters in the States would ask me, they quilt in Dubai, but it's hot there. I'm like, how many of us are indoors quilting right now just because it's too hot and gross to be outside? So they quilt for the same reasons we do, because we have to. So let's see. I got home on Sunday night and I was away for 10 days. I took 2 days to drive out to Wisconsin, 2 days to drive back. And I was there for, I guess I was gone 11 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 days. Anyway, I was there for 7 days, but one of the days, 6.5. So, anyway, I was gone for 10 days. It was lovely. Now, this is definitely quilting weather. Definitely quilting weather, Dina, um, which is what I'm doing indoors. I, so my girlfriend and I drove, how far did we go the first night? Oh, so we left 2 Fridays ago and we drove to Akron, Ohio. And Akron, Ohio is home to the lovely studio and shop of Sue Spargo, who does a lot of handwork. Now, I've been there before because it's only like 2 hours from my mom's. The thing is, can I find what I bought there before? No, I can't. It's somewhere in my sewing room, which I'm in the process of cleaning out. More about that later. So, so we got up, we went to Sue Spargo's, and then we drove to Milwaukee. So that was fun. Um, Sue Spargo's it's a gallery. It's it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely, and I'm gonna have to go back because I'm at mom's a lot, and it's only 2 hours away. So I'll have to take a day trip over there again soon. Highly, highly, highly recommend it if you're in Akron, Ohio area, driving nearby or driving through. Janet, um, you're hot here too. It's been for the last 2 weeks, but you don't have to shovel it. Exactly. The free weather is over though. We're all back in air conditioning. Let's see, Carol. Thunderstorms here on the St. Lawrence. It's dark out there, so I don't know what's coming. But stay safe. Hope the electricity holds. Hope the air conditioning works for you. Um, Definitely quilting weather. Uh, so let's see. We drove from Milwaukee up to Larson, Wisconsin, which is where Primitive Gatherings is, and then we checked in. And well, we were early, so darn it, the retreat center wasn't open. But right next door in the parking lot, like close enough for me to walk, is the quilt shop. So we had to shop for like an hour and a half before we could check in to the retreat center. The horror. Oh no, it was terrible. So I didn't bring anything to sew on. We got there Sunday afternoon and we didn't sew until midday Monday, late morning. So I actually bought a kit. Primitive Gatherings, as you know, I'm a big fan. So Primitive Gatherings, they have weekend quilts, and their last weekend quilt was called Bomb Pop, which I have an accent, so it doesn't sound like that when it comes out of my mouth. Bomb Pop. So I bought all the stuff to make it, and I had it pieced by Monday lunchtime, which was great. So I have a quilt that I'm working on. So, Anne, hello. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Um, so we checked in, and then Lisa Bonjean from Primitive Gatherings says to starch all your fabric. And when I'm in her studio, in her class, I do that. When I'm not in her studio and not in her class, I don't do that. But happy to work with her, do it that way. Um, let's see. It is awful to have to shop. Oh, my word. Yeah. I might have been at the store every day, but I might have skipped a day or possibly two. But then again, I might not have. I it was planned, but I do not feel guilty with the amount of support that I gave to the quilt shop. Let's see. We're in need of rain. I'll take any rain we can get. I don't know if we need rain. I haven't looked at my stream, but we'll get what we get because we can't really change it. And Joan, hello. Drove by you twice. Kind of waved, kind of not, but I stayed up on 80. I stayed up on 80. Um, I was on 81 when I drove by you, but we stayed on 80 this time. Cindy Nile, can't wait to hear about the treat. Worth it. Worth it. Now, everyone should go to retreat at Primitive Gatherings, except there should always be an opening for me when I want to go. So you should go, but don't go when I want to go. Unless there's two openings, then you can come too. It's a financial commitment, but I've taught at places that have cost a lot more, so it was well worth it. So Monday through Friday, we saw Lisa, and they have all of our meals for us, and they have these lovely rooms, and it's just fabulous. And there's a cook, and then you're at a table, you meet all the other quilters, and you just hang out and sew or talk or eat or rest, and it's just back and forth. Because your room's just over there, and the food's just over there, and the big sewing area is here. Now, I have some things going on in my life in the background that have had me a little stressed out, and I needed this so much more than I knew. Let's see. Joan said there's trouble with the audio. Is anyone else having trouble with audio? Let me know, because nothing has changed on my computer. I haven't touched any buttons. Hopefully it's okay. Let me know. Audio up, audio down. Tell me how it's going. So when we got there, we got our project packs because Lisa picks a sewing project, a wool project, and kind of a craft project for us to do. And these may or may not be the projects that I would pick, but I'm happy to play along. Let's see. Cindy, no trouble. Dina, no trouble. So, Joan, I'm so sorry that your computer's having trouble with my audio. Janet, your audio's fine. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. So, the retreat I was at was the red, white, and blue retreat, and she had 3 of them, 1st, 3rd, and 4th weeks of June. So, everything was red, white, and blue, which is leading into the 4th of July, the colors of our American flag, because I know we have international folks here, but in the United States, there's a tradition of loving our flag, and we have our Independence Day coming up. So, Carol, you have my audio. Jeanette, audio's good. Carol, no trouble. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, everything we did was red, white, and blue. It's the red, white, and blue retreat, and it was lovely. So the first thing she gave us the first project was this quilt, and it is called Grand Old Flag. Now, this is available for pre-order on her website. It is 78 by 114 inches, which is really big. And all of us were calling home to our significant others, going, how tall is my bed? Because I have a queen size bed, and I think it's 60 inches across. And then I could have like a 27-inch drop. So my husband did actually measure the drop from my mattress to the floor. It would fit, but I don't really need this as a bedspread, so I'm going to make it into something different. I'm making all the blocks, and I will make it something different out of it. Oh, so Joan, great, you're back working. Awesome. Some people that were making this quilt noticed that there are 63 quilt blocks in here. So they made theirs with 50, and they were doing all sorts of maths to make this 50 quilt blocks. I would, if I were making this as a bedspread this way, I would have made the 63 because all the stars line up. This is just all 6-inch blocks. And if I was moving stuff around to make it fewer blocks and fill the space, I wouldn't have been able to sleep under that quilt. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one quilt checkerboard all red and white. And then I'm going to, after I'm done, I'm going to see how it looks and make something pleasing out of red, white, and blue blocks. So I'll get 2 throw size quilts of 60 by 72 out of this. That'll go to the police station or something for the police officers. So that was one quilt. I have all of the red blocks done. I think I needed 97, 87. Yeah, 97 of these, 87 of these. So I have all of these done. I have 100 of these done. I have 40 of the 60 of these done, and I haven't started the white ones yet. But it's all starched. It's all pressed nicely, and I'm trying to make about 10 a day because I am committed, after being at this lovely retreat center, that I had my pressing area, my ironing area, my cutting area, and my sewing machine area with big open spaces. And then I come back to my sewing room where everything is piled everywhere. So I'm committed to cleaning my sewing room. And in the first 2 days, I have a little cutting area that I've always had to the left of my machine, and that's cleared off. I cleared off the table to the right of my machine, put up an ironing pad, and opened my new iron. I got a new portable Laura Star iron, the mini one, so that I can just press there. And I do have a big pressing station for when I'm doing bigger things, but intermediate, just pressing my block. I have my little Laura Star and pressing pad there. So, and then this morning, I went over to my cutting table and I cleared half of it. So I can work on some of that when I'm doing bigger parts. And then I have a basket to organize this project because I am committed to this not becoming a UFO. I'm going to work on it until it's done. And then I'm going to pull out another quilt and work on it until it's done. And you're all laughing because I will never keep up with that. But it's a good plan. So that's quilt number 1. The next quilt, derp. I didn't bring it with me. It's over on my chair. Anyway, the next quilt was a wool, and I'm doing the white one. And this is a wool mat that is 22 inches across. And I have, I think, 26 of the stars done. So I'm going to work on that a little bit each day. That's my morning tea project right here. It's on the chair over there. I just forgot to bring it over. While I was there, I did finish piecing Balm Pop, and I basted it while I was there. So I came home and I'm already quilting it. So expect to see that at some point. Then in my kitchen, I pulled out, I'm in the wool box, I'm in the cotton box. So I pulled out the wool project that made me join the wool box. It's this. This is called Pennies from Heaven, and it's just a bunch of these sewn together. So it's blue will be the end of this one. So you just make a bunch of 3-row hexagons out of pennies. And I just work on that in my kitchen. Like if I'm cooking and then waiting for my husband to get home, I can just sit down and do one of these. Or I usually call my mom at night and I'll just sit at the kitchen and stitch 1 or 2 of these. So this is the reason I joined the wool box. She got me. I've been to 3 retreats and it took this long to join. So Pennies from Heaven. Then I have some knitting going on. So I have about 5 different things going that I'm committed to finishing. Let's see. I got presents while I was there. I took presents and I brought home presents. So let's see what I got. Some are from Lisa and some are from other students. So one student made the tissue packs for everybody. Lisa gave us a Primitive Gathering nail file, which I need because I've been away for a week and a half. Somebody gave candy, the horror. Lisa gave us some wool, which I will put into my wool bin. I came home and sorted through all my stuff and put all the wool in one place so that I can keep working on wool. Somebody gave is this, I think I crack it or something, and it's a glow in the dark. I'll save that. I got another tissue thing. So one for my backpack, one for my purse, and they're different patterns. I got a luggage tag. This is the color of Lisa's studio. It's all white, and then it is gray, black, and browns. It's lovely. I got a little zippy pouch that a bunch of fun things came in. Another student gave us little lip glosses in an American flag bag. Another student, I think Lisa gave us charm packs. So this is her current line, and this is just another line. Another student gave jar buttons. Got some red, white, and blue fat quarters, and my roommate brought me some Hello Kitty fabric and a lime green lunch bag because it's like she knows me. So it was wonderful. And I am a different person than I was when I went because I've been really stressed. I've been traveling a lot back and forth to mom's, had an eye infection, and just everything was here, and I was behind on everything, and I didn't do anything, and it was so relaxing. And I just sewed, and I'm trying to bring that whole feeling into my everyday life. So it was wonderful. Carol, what a haul. Yeah, I'm not going to show you everything I bought. That's a much bigger haul. But it was delightful. So I'll put my wool away because I have my bag. I pulled out all my wool projects so that I can always have one going. You just have to prep them. So that's in there. And then I'll put these back in their different parts of the house. So is that just the most gorgeous quilt you've ever seen? She got me all these different colors. It's just loveliness. And then when I came home with all my stuff I bought, I got another box from Primitive Gatherings because I get a cotton box one month and I get a wool box another box. So this month was a cotton box. And let's see what was in it. I'm just opening it. I haven't opened it. I opened the box, but I haven't opened the bag. So we have an ongoing project called Americana that she gave us some fat quarters toward. Ooh, there's more in here than I knew. So there's my fat quarters that go toward Americana. I didn't do last year's project of the month, so I have to start and finish that before I pick up Americana. We got some caramels. Got a quilt kit called Field Rush. It is basic gray from Moda. So there's the fabric. And then you need a 5-inch square and a 2-inch. So you need a big charm pack and a little charm pack. And then you bring your own background and it makes this. So you need 4.5 yards of background. And the quilt is 63 by 70.5. So that's pretty cool. Lisa has some really fun patterns to do with pre-cuts that she designs, even if it's not her fabric line. So some of them I'll be putting, that was my mouse. Some of them I'll be putting on a de-stash sale. The ones I'm not planning on keeping, and some of them I'll keep. That one might be keep. Oh, and there were extra fat quarters. So this is probably from her pumpkin spice line, I think. I'm not sure if it's all the same line or not. What's this? What is this one? This purple. My sister's favorite color is purple, so I always look at the purples. This is pumpkin spice. So she just packed them up all pretty, and I'll add those to my pumpkin spice collection. And then soon I'll be getting her new line, I think, Joyful Gatherings is her Christmas line. That's I'll be getting. I had pre-ordered it, so that should be coming soon. So anyway, that is my Primitive Gatherings haul. If you haven't been there, it's a great retreat. If you haven't been to a retreat, do it. It just takes you out of your everyday life and reminds you that sewing is one of the happy parts of your life, and it's important to keep doing it. I was out with my husband and a coworker, one of his coworkers last night, and this fella had no idea. He said, "Your husband said you were away." And I explained to him where I was, and he was like, "And what?" I said, "I was at a sewing retreat, quilting." And he's like, "What does that look like?" I'm like, "Well, you get up in the morning and you have tea or coffee whenever you feel like it, and then you go sew, and then you shower, and then you go sew, and then you have breakfast, and then you go sew, and then maybe you'll eat, and then you'll sew, and then maybe you'll go shopping next door, and then you'll sew, and then you'll have dinner, and you'll sew and snack and hang out with friends and sew, and then you'll go to bed when you feel like it. 6 times. That's it's hard for people to grasp that that's really fun, but it is. So that was my retreat. On the way home, we left Saturday morning and we drove to Shipshewana, which is in Indiana. It's an Amish area of Indiana. Now, my husband and I were just there, and we were at the restaurant around the corner, and I didn't realize that I was 1 block away from a gorgeous quilt shop when I was there. So, when we were looking for it, our GPS took us to the wrong location, my friend and I. And as we're driving, and I'm pulling up a map trying to say, "Okay, you're gonna turn here and turn there." And as we're driving, I'm like, "It should be around." And my driver went, "I see fat quarters." So I guess she saw the quilt shop while I was looking at the map. But that is now my new favorite quote. "I see fat quarters," when you know you're at the quilt shop. And it was called Lolly's Quilt Shop in Shipshewana, Indiana. I've eaten at the restaurant around the corner. It's like the Blue Gate restaurant. It's a really big quilt shop. They have a rowboat in the middle. I'm sorry, it's a really big quilt shop. There's a rowboat in the middle of it that they just throw all these fat quarters in, and you can actually sit in the rowboat and sort through the fat quarters and figure out what you want. They have a cuddle shop across the way because it's in Davis Mercantile Building. So there's like furniture shops and a restaurant and a bunch of other stuff in this 4-story building. So 1, 2, 3, and then the downstairs. But yeah, that was fun. And then we drove home, got home Sunday night, and started quilting and finding flat surfaces to the point that I vacuumed and mopped my sewing room. I mean, the part of the floor I can currently see, but I'm committed to finding more. Just gonna do that. My mouse is on the floor. Let me see if I can pull up everybody. Hi, Patty. I'm glad you're here. You're in Ohio, drove through, but stayed on the turnpike all the way through. And you know you're on the Ohio Turnpike when you're going through Pennsylvania on 80, and then you cross into Ohio. You pick up a triple tractor trailer, which they only have double tractor trailers in Pennsylvania, and that's the first thing I noticed when I drive through Ohio. Let's see. What else? I think I've told you most of what I wanted to tell you, because I had a quilt I finished before I left, but I forgot to take the video with me, and now I'm editing the video, so that will be coming out. And also, I want to send you over to, lo and behold, hot, hot, hot. It is. We're not bad today. It's only 84, and it's saying cloudy, but it's not saying rain. But they got the clouds right. Lo and Behold is a designer that I do not know, but I admire her work. And she has a summer scrap quilt along that I'll send you a link to, because it's really cool. And I admire the work she's done. I actually paid for it to join it because I wanted to see what she had. I think it's like $5. And the reason I thought it was interesting is she gives you 7 different block patterns and you sew along. One of the block patterns is an 8-inch 16 patch. They have a stack of color blocks that are about this tall. So I'm like, maybe I can make some other blocks to go with it. So expect a newsletter from me shortly in a day or two. And I will tell you more about that. But that's kind of what I'm up to. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're staying cool. I hope you're quilting. I will show more pictures of the spaces in my sewing room that have been cleaned out just because I'm excited to have flat surfaces. I sent a picture of half of my cutting table to my girlfriend this morning. Like, I cleaned off my cutting table. And then I showed her the dirty half. And I'm like, okay, well, half of it. But it's nice. I'm committed to working on it. But that's really all I have for you today, since I haven't done a lot. But I'll be showing you new things shortly. But if you in the States, we have a holiday this on Saturday. It's the 4th of July, our Independence Day. 250 years, so it's kind of a big one. My husband and I are super boring. I'm going to stay home and sew. I'm sure he'll stay home and do whatever it is he does whenever I'm sewing. But I hope you enjoy it. Carol, is there more than 26 days and 30 days of quilting? Yes. And I have it. Oh, I found the box, so it will be continued. Things fell apart. Like I said, I haven't been quilting. I've been traveling a lot back and forth with family obligations. And again, I haven't gotten into a lot of them, but it's taken a lot of time and it's taken a lot of mental energy, and things kind of fell aside a bit. And I apologize for that. But the 4 days are still coming. You'll be getting the emails about that. It might not be this week, but it is coming. And Danelle, hello, how are you? I'm glad to see you here. I missed you. I think we had a, Danelle and I have a who has the most comments on someone else's live video rivalry going. I haven't watched that video yet because I was on vacation at Primitive Gatherings in Wisconsin, and it was well worth missing everything. Carol, thank you so much for your understanding. Yeah, I was talking, a couple days in the car with a friend, just 2 days driving out, 2 days driving back. It's been a long time for me, and and we all go through stuff, but like I'm scheduling a colonoscopy, whatever, no big deal, normal stuff. But I went when I was 54 years old, 53 years old. The doctor kind of yelled at me a little bit. He's like, "Well, you're supposed to be here when you're 50. Um, and you waited along. Is this a really big problem for you?" And I'm like, "Okay." I turned 50, and a couple weeks later, before I called for a colonoscopy, I fell and broke my collarbone. So I'm not getting a colonoscopy while I have a broken collarbone and I'm in a brace. So I got the brace off, and a week later, a tree fell and smushed my house. So I'm not having a colonoscopy while my house is being rebuilt. I'm not prepping for a colonoscopy with workmen in the house. Will I have a bathroom? Will it be upstairs? Will it be downstairs? That was late 2019. I'm 57. If you want to do some math, I saved you the trouble. And my house was destroyed at the end of 2019. And we went into the pandemic where I didn't do anything. And then let's see, went back out 2021, 2022. And as I went back out in the world, then I got COVID again. I got COVID, ended up in the hospital, and was very, very sick for very many months. And then when I was recovering from that, I went and got a colonoscopy. So that was the beginning of those years. And then once I was recovering from COVID, at the same time I became handicapped, but that's when back and forth with parents and stuff is going on. So it's just really been like I want to say, oh, I'm back to work 60 hours a week, 40 hours a week. I can do this. And that's the life that's been thrown at me. So I apologize. And I thank you guys for understanding. I'm still working. I'm back at it now. My brain it blew the cobwebs out of my brain. I've got some plans, I've got some do things. And the 30 days, the last 4 days, I know what they are. Just have to film them and make them happen. Let's see. Hello. And hello in Kissimmee. I have a friend not in Kissimmee. She's in Indian Shores, which is Tampa more, but Tampa, Clearwater. And I was talking about going to visit her, and someone's like, "Oh, don't go visit her now. It's so hot." And like, it's cooler there than it is here. Hopefully you're enjoying a little cooler weather where you are. We're going to be 100. We've have our friend in Alabama here who's 108. Still not going to Florida in the summer. Carol, middle age in the middle of everything. Yeah. I'm not in the middle of children and parents because my kids are grown, but I am not getting a lot of time to see my grandkids, just the way things are going on. Like I said, there's a lot going on that I don't necessarily talk about, but I've just been really stressed, and it was really quilting as self-care. So I'm trying to make sure I quilt every day. Like when I showed you that wool project, I'm like, I'm going to do just one little star of that when I have my morning tea. So I know I at least did a little bit of sewing today. And I want to continue to work on a quilt till it's finished. And then the next quilt till it's finished, and the next and the next. Let's see. Hello from Indiana. Um, I've been, other than working in Indiana previously when I was teaching, northern India, like Indianapolis, suburban Chicago. I've been to Indiana twice this year. I was at the Indiana Dunes National Park and stayed in South Bend, and then I just drove through and to and from Wisconsin and went to Shipshewana. So hello in Indiana. I feel like I'm getting to know you a little more. It's currently raining and you love it. Enjoy it. If you need it, I hope it's hope the weather's kind to everyone, like a little less hot, not too much rain, that sort of thing. Yay, rain. Again, I haven't been home. I haven't paid attention. I don't know if we need rain or not. I didn't check out my stream to see what we're up against, but there's still some green going on outside, so it can't be too dry here. But I will be doing more editing and more sewing and more things, and look for a newsletter from me shortly. And hello in Texas, speaking hot. Hello, Miss Terry. But I am going to sign off, get back, do a little more work, find a few more flat surfaces, resurrect a few more projects, and start feeling like myself. Let's see, Terry, you need more rain, but not as badly as you once did. Yeah. So hopefully we can all experience some moderate weather. Oop, I accidentally hit someone. There it is. Have a safe 4th of July. I miss you all too. I will be back. Let's see. I don't know what day of the week next is. March, April, May, June. And if you know, you know. So there's 30 days in June. So July 7th, I'll be back. I am traveling for parents again, but I will be back. I will be here on Tuesday afternoon. So I will see you on Tuesday afternoon. I don't know what shape I'll be in because I'm going to be at Vacation Bible School in the morning. So I might be a little tired and harried, but I will come in and say hi to you next Tuesday afternoon. So happy quilting, everyone. May the weather be moderate. Not too hot, not too cold, not too rainy, not too dry. Let's go. Let's bring it in. Let's bring that weather in toward the middle, toward the kind part. And speaking from experience, bring a little joy into your life, bring a little quilting into your life. The world can be a lot. Life can be a lot. Take care of yourselves. And if that looks like doing a little wool applique with your morning tea, do that, because that's what it looks like for me. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I will see you next week on Tuesday at 2:30 in the afternoon, New York time. Happy quilting.